Smile at that. Does he know who that is?
Why is that a dumb question after all of these other ones? Like, bro, you ever had pizza? Yo, you a pirate, bro? You just like Luffy. You ever had a pizza before? What do you think of pizza? You like white chicks? What the, you ever heard a rap song before, buddy? You heard that new little Nas X joint? What do you think about the what do you think about the controversy surrounding it? Let me even start that again. Everybody knows Hasan. Hasan Minhaj Parker. I know that's his real name. Hasan Piker is the biggest politics streamer, except for Destiny. I don't know. I don't care. He's a multimillionaire who does politics streaming. His uncle is the king of leftist bad takes, fucking Cenk Uygur. He comes from the Young Turks. And since like 2 years ago-ish, basically, the grace period of Hasan not being a fucking like cringe lord on almost every single take or thing that he does came to an end in 2021. Since then, basically, like, I guess once the election ended and, you know, discussions of politics and stuff got a little bit more difficult than Orange Man Bad, which, hey, I fucking agree with, you know. I was there. I did the crab dance on Victory Day, okay? But when you have to get a little bit deeper than that kind of nuance, you definitely start seeing the cracks in Hasan's education, basic worldview. I don't know. The guy just kind of comes off like a fucking dumbass a lot and an extraordinarily emotional rich kid, which is becoming very grating. But he also has an extremely dedicated audience of people that will just like clean a booty hole, tongue first, for just the slightest nod and a wink from the guy. Hey, am I jealous? Of course I am. I would love $1 million. I could afford to have other people fix parts of my house that I have to fix myself. All right. I would use the resources I don't have to do the things I need to do and can't. But with all that said, since I can't even really go back far back, but basically since the start of the Israel-Palestine conflict, it feels like Hasan has been flailing around because while the take Palestine is being genocided and Israel should stop is based and fucking true, there's nuance around that and discussions about things that are going on that he's completely incapable of dealing with. And to that extent, and as an extension of that, recently, I think last Thursday, as a matter of fact, the Houthis from Yemen, they're a Yemeni fucking, I don't know, terror cell. I neither know nor care that much about the Houthis because they serve no threat to me. I fucking fought in the Iraq war for 4 years and I never had to fucking crack a Houthi. So like, we're good. I don't care what you're going through. I don't know you. Sorry. But apparently they bombed some fucking Western quote unquote ships or did some light piracy. And then the US got upset and fucking just basically like peeled off a fucking 9 and, you know, and fucking rolled. And so ever since that, people have been trying to drum up that the Houthis are, for some reason, the freedom fighters we've all been waiting for. I think it's just a name that most people don't have any familiarity with. I'm just being honest about it. I will learn as I go here. I just know that the Houthis have been around fucking forever, and the second you can actually get the PLO or whatever you want to call the Hamas, whatever, ISIS, AQIZ, Al-Qaeda, and the Taliban to chill out, we always have the Houthis to fall back on to be the terrorist of the moment. Most notably, they were in the movie with Samuel L. Jackson where he played a Marine and said, "Waste the motherfuckers!" And then they shot a bunch of people in a crowd. So that's my connection to it. But apparently, Hasan interviewed a Houthi who is hot. He interviewed a hot guy. So it's going to be two hot guys talking. Everybody get your napkins, get ready to, or your handkerchiefs, get ready to fan your face. And then we're gonna hop into it. Here we go.
The young Yemeni, in quotes, pirate who's a TikToker and need help. How the fuck are you going to interview him? I'm going to interview him by having someone who speaks Arabic on. Yeah, I'm talking to him right now. I'm doing journalism, chat. Calm down, okay? Yeah.
Ooh, I thought fucking... Well, I guess he speaks Turkish. He speaks Turkish. Okay.
This is the guy. Yeah, Tim Houthi Chalamet. Rogan is definitely going to find someone. Wait, you are not posting this in the Discord. That's crazy. I was wondering why I got a notification. Thanks, Fro.
Frogan? Isn't Frogan the one that got into a big fight with Ethan Klein about, like, it's, like, super cool to kill, like, any Israeli or something? I don't know. I'm probably miss fucking saying it. But, like, Frogan is just such a weird name. It sounds like a large, heavily built, like big toothed Mass Effect creature. You know what I mean? Like not quite Erdnot Rex, those guys, but like real similar. Like a romanceable option, but for people that are like hyper into fish people.
Rogan, you're doing brilliant work back here. Let me just DM him again and say, I am trying to find someone to translate our
I was the guy in the briefing room who would say it's foreign fighter, not mujahideen. I feel you. Bro, can I take a real quick aside on fucking how dumb Americans are? I love it. They had to sit down and teach us a class on words not to say to people, not because they were highly offensive, but because we sounded fucking stupid. Because Americans speak no fucking Arabic, like ever. The only language I think we speak less of in America is like that's a major world language is like Japanese and Chinese because they're fucking way too hard. When we went over, right, in the mid-early 2000s and shit, we would say stuff that would just make sense. So people would call like, when we were trying to say we're looking for terrorists, like we're only trying to come after terrorists, right? Guys would be walking around saying we're looking for the mujahideen, which is like not even, like, literally we're looking for the freedom fighters, which is confusing because it's like you should be like aspiring to that. You sound like a bad guy. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, who are we looking for? Like, oh, you're looking for like the spirit of freedom to destroy it. Another one that's even funnier is we would go around because somebody convinced everyone, like it's one dumb fuck through the Lance Corporal Underground, convinced everybody that the word Alibaba just meant bad guy. But it's like basically like an Iraqi or like a Middle Eastern version of like a boogeyman is like Alibaba. You know what I mean? So people are like, where's Alibaba? And people are like, what'd you say? I like imagine just somebody from a different country comes, you know, like they got guns and stuff. You're kind of freaked out. And then they just keep saying like all kinds of gibberish in their own language. But the one word you can pick out is boogeyman. Boogeyman, boogeyman. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm going to fucking die, dude. Irhabi is apparently the appropriate word to say when you're talking about an insurgent-style terrorist person. If I remember correctly, which, I mean, that's the only reason I know that word, so I don't know if it's correct, but Irhabi is what you're supposed to say. So, hey, kids, if we make that gigantic 20-year mistake again, now you'll know what to say while you're over there fucking bullet ducking. You're looking for the French resistance? Yeah, basically. Frogan sounds like a kind of frozen dessert that is overpriced. They like Froyo, Frogain. If it was like Frogain, that's like the sick ass protein laced like weightlifter version. Actually, copyright patented. I said it. Yeah, I married an Arabic linguist. I'd lean into my North Texas accent and say random Arabic nouns to mess with her. Based.
Conversation. What platform is best to talk on? Is that a good way to say it? He said Instagram. Okay, that works. He said, Hasna, wait a few minutes until I set up the lighting. Bro, this dude is a professional, dude. He said, wait a few minutes until I set up the lighting, dog. Let's see if this works. I'm calling now. Oh my God, it's working.
My man is stoked that he fucking found the propagandist. That's such a wild thing to say.
All right, so what do you want me to call you? Foda? Is that how I say your name?
No, it's Fuad.
Fuad? Oh, Fuad.
Yeah.
Okay, Fuad. What's our friend's name here? I don't know. Can you ask him?
راشد اسمك راشد صح؟
ايوه راشد.
Rashid. Okay, Rashid. How old are you? Where are you from originally in Yemen?
قد ايه عمرك ومن وين انت في اليمن؟
عمري 19 من محافظة إب.
He's 19 and he's from Ib Governorate.
Okay, nice. Okay, how was he taking everything?
What is this dude? Well, this isn't no Tim Houthi Chalamet. This This is a snooty maitre d'. That's what this guy says, excuse me, sir, you are not supposed to be in this restaurant without a tie. You are too poor for this soup. That's what.
How's he taking?
I mean, he's even wearing. I know this is probably like one of those fucking Arabic shirts, but it just looks like a chef shirt to me. So my man just looks like he's fucking like popping over between dish duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the eyes that look over at you like across like while you're fucking folding silverware and napkins, and you're just like, please don't ask me for another cigarette. You borrowed two of them from me already. I'm not giving you another cigarette.
And everything
Always
so
bunny
far,
time.
because you've seen the news article.
يعني شو احساسك هلا انه هل شفت التغطية على الاخبار؟ هل قرأت المقالات عنها؟
والله يعني شيء طبيعي يعني ما في اي تاثير يعني اهم شيء ان احنا نوقف مع القضيه الفلسطينيه هذا اهم شيء.
He says he's fine and everything is normal, and the most important thing is that they stand with Palestine.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the mood in Yemen overall since America started bombing positions in Sana'a and other places?
كيف معنوياتكم في اليمن وكيف الاحساس يعني بالشعب هلا باليمن بعد ما بلشت امريكا بالقصف؟
والله شيء طبيعي يعني ما في اي خوف ولا اي تاثير يعني اصلا متعودين على هذا من قبل 11 سنه يعني شيء طبيعي ما في اي شيء.
He's saying that it's pretty usual. They've been used to this for 11 years now and they're not scared.
That's crazy. Okay, this is a stupid question. Okay, you can.
Bro, that's crazy. I respect it. I respect it, dude. I respect the fuck out of it. Oh my god, what a little goober. What a sweetheart.
Preface it with that. Does he know what One Piece is?
أول شيء بقول لك إنه ممكن هذا السؤال يكون شوي أهبل بس بسألك تعرف شو هو
Why
One
is
Piece
he
أم بس
on
ما في
this
One
thing
Piece؟
with the One
اكيد
Piece?
يعني مثل الطفوله وانا.
At a certain point, Hasan, you gotta understand your entire vibe sounds like you're trying to fucking like recruit like white kids in America into terrorism because just being on your gigantic platform and chitter chatting with like this dude who may or may not be a terrorist. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. He didn't look him up at all, so I know as much as Hasan. So this dude could be just a normal guy, or this dude could have like fucking cut a few people's heads off. You stay chill. You don't like suddenly grow like a facial scar. All right, like we just did not check into this at all.
ما شاهد ون بيس لوفي.
Lofi?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my god. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
بقول لك حسن إنه اللي الحوثيين عم بيسووه زي اللي لوفي اللي بيسويه لوفي.
يعني والله الصدق يعني احنا يعني اهم شيء ان احنا واقفين يعني مع فلسطين يعني ما يهمنا يعني ون بيس او اي شيء يعني احنا يعني السفن احتجزوها عشان القضيه عشان فلسطين بس عشان ايقاف الحرب في فلسطين يعني ليس على اي شيء او غنائم او اي شيء.
He's saying that again, like the only motivation that they have is to their solidarity with Palestine and to stop the attack on Palestine, and it's not for any kind of.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I'm saying it's a good thing. I understand. So that's what he's saying that the reasons as to why there have been any sort of interceptions on vessels is due to the ongoing genocide in Gaza. Tell him it's not for loot. I know it's not for loot.
بقول لك هو بيعرف انه ما عم بتوقف السفن عشان تاخذ منهم شيء، بيعرف انه سبب انه حجز السفن عشانكم ضد الاباده الجماعيه اللي عم بتصير في فلسطين.
ايوه صح.
Yeah, he acknowledges that.
I'm at a loss. I mean, I don't know if he can answer this or not, but
Hold on a second. I'm just reading about the Houthis real quick. Ansar Allah are on the U.S. Treasury FTO blacklist. Okay, so the Houthis are basically mostly Zaidi Shia, one of the three main branches of Shia Islam that emerged in the 8th century following Zayd ibn Ali's unsuccessful rebellion against the Umayyad Caliphate. It's the Shia branch of Shia that comes closest to the Sunni, although the classical form of Zaydism, usually referred to as Khadawi, over the centuries has changed its posture with regard to Sunni and Shia traditions multiple times to the point where the interpretation of Zaydi as Shia is often just based on their acceptance of Ali as the rightful successor to Muhammad. Peace be upon him, right? Don't worry. If you guys pop through, I'll be nice to your fucking prophet, you little goofy-de-goofs. Okay, so like, can you tell me a little bit more about these fucking people? What do they do? For the Tajik Islamist militant group, see Jamaat Ansar Allah redirects here. For other uses, see Ansar Allah. Literally supporters of God. So, definitely not going to be fucking insane. Like, it's going to be the first religious organization that's like, oh, we are like the first sons of Christ. That's not like fucking nuts, you know what I mean? Jamaat Ansarullah, also known as Tajikistan Taliban, is a Tajik Islamist military movement currently based out of Badakhshan, Afghanistan. It is related to Al Qaeda. I don't really know much. I guess the Houthis are just like fucking scrapping with the Saudis. They don't seem like they're a big issue to us. They're just fucking shooting at stuff in the Red Sea, which is like, hey.
As far as the Ansar Allah militancy goes, like as far as the standing military goes, like I don't know if he is allowed to speak on this. I don't know if he's like actually a part of the groups at all, or just like simply a TikToker. You know what I mean? I don't know how to ask that in the best way possible, though.
Yeah, I feel like we can ask it pretty directly. راشد, حسن بدي يسألك أنت يعني منضم لأي من المجموعات، يعني أنت بتعتبر حالك من أنصار الله ولا بتعتبر حالك بس يعني شخصية على التيك توك، ولا يعني بده يعرف شو الرابط بينك وبين أنصار الله.
طيب يعني بقول لك يعني أنا يمني، يعني كيمني يعني أنا واقف إلى جانب فلسطين.
His answer is a Yemeni who stands with Palestine.
What led him to go to one of the ships personally? Like what were some experiences that he had that caused him to want to go?
حسن بده يعرف شو هو اللي دفعك على زيارة السفن هاي، وشو التجارب اللي مريت فيها اللي خلتك تهتم بهذا الشيء، وإنه يكون جا بالك إنه تزور هاي السفن.
والله أنا أحب المغامرات، وطبعا هذا كله لأجل فلسطين يعني، وإن شاء الله في أشياء بتكون جديدة وأشياء مثيرة أكبر.
He says he likes adventures, and he is a big supporter of Palestine, and he's looking forward to bigger and more exciting things.
Well, one, tell him that
My man's not saying shit, all right? The Houthis are fighting the Yemeni government mostly, and the rest of the neighborhood second. Fair enough. I remember the arc where the Straw Hats were kidnapped children to use as cannon fodder. Yeah. Dude, like comparing a cartoon to like a real life person like you're talking to is pretty wild. I'll take that one with a grain of salt. Which one's the translator? The person that's on the bottom. The hot terrorist you ordered from Wish. Shut the fuck up. I literally never seen a more complimentary interview. Yeah, I need to get to something that's actually interesting, because this is just like, hi, what are you doing terrorism? I'm doing terrorism for good reasons. You know what I mean? Like, do you consider it terrorism? No.
of mostly Americans raised more than $1 million for Palestinian charities. So he knows that I'm not, some Fed or some.
حسن بده يقول لك إنه هو كمان من دعم الفلسطينيين.
Look at this motherfucker's eyes right here. Hasan says he's not a Fed.
وهاي الجالية اللي احنا بننتمي لها في امريكا كمان داعمة لفلسطين، وجمعنا اكثر من $1,000,000 يعني تأييد للشعب الفلسطيني. فبده يتاكد انك ما بتفكر انه هو يعني انه امريكي او يعني انه ضدك او اي شيء.
والله اقول لها يعني شكرا الله يعني، ويعني كلنا لازم نحن ان شاء الله يعني.
That's it. The Houthis are seen by Shias in their area as their only defenders, and they're not wrong about that. Shia are treated as second-class citizens in Saudi Arabia. They don't want a Saudi proxy to rule Yemen. I'm not surprised by that. I think I knew that as a factoid. So this is not like something that we're generally fucking all the way hyper involved in. So that's why, I got plenty of fucking American travesties to like fill my mind with guilt and self-loathing. So I don't really need any.
تنتصر فلسطين ان شاء الله، يعني النصر قريب لها، واحنا يعني واقفين معهم لاخر لحظه.
واحنا واقفين معك. هذا اللي بده يحكي لك يا حسن. He's saying that he
second thought is sitting to Hasan's left with a firearm pointed at him, more like he's fucking on his knees under the desk.
The fact that American media in general keeps claiming that the reasons as to why the Yemeni militias are intercepting vessels is for completely oblivious reasons, like belligerent reasons, and not for Palestine.
Essentializing this kerfuffle to Jews / the West versus the Islamic world is a very wrong Marvel simplification. Yes.
Palestine. They don't talk about that at all here. How does he feel about that?
Simplifying just in a general sense. You understand, like, simplifying any conflict to like good guys and bad guys is a fucking mistake. Even if you're the good guy in your own good guy conflict, like start there. You know what I mean? Like understand that no matter how, even historical things, we're like, no, wouldn't you say that this is an inherently good war? And you're like, it's like, whatever, you got to do World War II. Let's just get straight to fucking Godwin's law. Generally I can say that for the most part it was a good war, but like that ending good like that was not because of some like moral presence, like fucking we're on the side of the light or something. The US very nearly was just like pro-Nazi about the whole fucking thing and just didn't go in that direction, you know what I mean? Because there's just too many people to consider there to be a sort of like moral existence, a moral unity, you know what I mean, behind a cause. Because the second you say that, and I know this is the moment where fucking like people like that Frogan character or whatever will get fucking pissed and just start shitting their pants, is like stopping a thing is not like desiring a thing to stop, like acting against the thing that's happening. Anything that happens against an amoral action is not necessarily in itself a moral action. This is like basic philosophy that everybody likes to stop fucking paying attention to when it comes to talking about any conflicts like this. I will joke and pick favorites and stuff. Like, I'll always be like, yeah, I'm 100% behind the fucking Irish as far as like the Irish Great Britain thing goes, going all the way fucking back. But that does not mean that also like I don't understand the complex moral gray area of shit that different people in the IRA did terrorism wise during that. It's like, it's extremely fucking complicated to get down to. And so trying to, for an admittedly young audience, boiling shit down to like, you're just like you're just like the fucking cartoon pirate that's part of the most popular cartoon right now on TV. Like, that's fucking mad weird. All right. Because it doesn't show me that you're like, when you're ostensibly against per se, excessive United States military recruitment in high schools and shit, which even I'm against. That's how I was recruited into the United States Marine Corps. I think that shit's excessive, and I think it needs to fucking calm down 100%. They should be not in your school lunchroom alone. You know what I mean? Like, giving special dispensation to that. And making like sick ass fucking like cartoons and shit, because kids are impressionable, and you can get them and people that are in support of those kids to go along with some pretty crazy shit if you get them all emotionally involved in it. That is just the bad thing, is trying to take advantage of the kids. That's what you should be not doing. The bad thing is not like, the way to solve that is to not also be doing pro-violence propaganda on the behalf basically of like the non-allied side. You know what I'm saying? Like the complaint against having military recruitment, so to say, in like public high schools across the US is not the counter to that is not to have Taliban recruitment in the same fucking cafeteria. It's to eliminate recruitment of children to political causes. You know what I'm saying? Especially political causes that result or are a direct result of and include acts of extreme violence. It's a very bizarre thing. Also, for somebody like Hasan, I've heard him come out against violence a bunch of times, to be re-articulating something in the terms of like, you're just like a cartoon guy. That's a very strange thing to do, and very, very irresponsible. And I'm not saying it's going to 100% cause some sort of accident or some issue. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, fuck, now there's 15 billion fucking white Houthis. All right. Kids are just hopping in the Atlantic and swimming as fast as they can. But first and foremost, as just a look, it's fucking mad weird. All right. Because, I'm not even going in hard about it. Like, I feel like I'm being actually pretty even keeled regarding what other people would see when they're not fucking like navel gazing and extremely online. That this just feels like you're doing recruitment efforts for a foreign op, because they're like real friendly, like, hey, I'm in my cool room and stuff, we're talking about cartoons with this guy that fucking like storms fucking ships and shit. It's just mad irresponsible by basically any fucking metric. You know what I mean? That's not to say that other people don't do irresponsible shit, and I'll call them out too. You know what I mean? But like, especially just as a major prominent leftist, this just seems like a pointless lightning rod to attract stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why anyone that would consider themselves like it's especially because we started off with, I'm doing journalism here. You know what I mean? No journalist that I know would just start doing an uncritical interview of guys like this. And I can say that for a fact. My buddy Josh, who I'm always talking about, literally interviewed fucking militia leaders of like Christian militias, Islamic militias, etc., while he was in Lebanon, up in fucking sniper nests and shit. And I've read a couple of his pieces, and on hand to God, he never was just like, wow, your struggle makes me really think of Berserk, the popular manga from Gensaro era. It's just not a good look even if you're for the Israel-Palestine, if you're on Palestine's side, right, and you're like, fucking, I really want to support Palestine. I want there to be a Palestinian ceasefire. I want, whatever. The most positive for Palestinians result that you could achieve, none of this will get you closer to that at all. Because first off, you're never going to accumulate enough power because you're not in a position where you can accumulate power. This is internet shit. All right. We're not even like out in the real world, like doing stuff, and you're already fucking up this hard. Like, you need to have a sense of how this shit is going to play. So like, yeah, okay. You might have like a few like young people who are like, oh, it's actually these like fucking people are kind of cool. They're just like me for real. But then on the other side of it, it's just like, wow, okay. Leftists are fucking actively bringing on Houthi pirates and comparing them to cartoons. And not even in a small way. This guy has a platform that's the size of and larger than most fucking major city local news channels. And it's a worldwide audience. It's a very strange thing to do. And if it was like, unironically, I know his friends are dumb fucks. So if it was like XQC, like, oh man, wow, you're a pirate. That's fucking crazy, man. That's fucking insane. What did you ever fly like a Jolly Roger? Whatever the fuck his goofy ass accent. If it was that kind of dumb fuck, I would dig it. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this is a dumb fuck talking to some other dumb fuck. I don't give a fuck. But like phrasing it as I'm doing a journalism and then hopping into this is fucking madhouse shit. It's wild.
تغطية الوسائل الإعلام الأمريكية للمواضيع يعني المعلقة بحجز السفن بالبحر الأحمر يعني حسن بيقول لك إنه الوسائل الإعلام الأمريكية يعني بتحكي إنه أو بتدعي إنه أسباب الميليشيات اليمنية لاحتجاز هاي السفن إنه ما إلها داعي أو ما إلها أي رابط بفلسطين. شو رد فعلك لهذا الشيء؟
والله يعني هذا كله بسبب عشان يعني يوقفوا الحرب في غزة. يعني خليهم يعانوا عشان يحسوا في غزة.
بس يعني اللي قصدي إياه إنه الوسائل الإعلام في أمريكا بتدعي إنه يعني الحوثيين عم بتدخلوا
Also, like, this is a miserable interview to listen to. Like, if you're a professional, like, this isn't necessary because there's nothing happening behind him. All right, when you do like one of these translator interviews on like major TV and stuff, because like, I don't know, this guy is like literally fucking working a checkpoint fighting against whoever the fuck, and you want to like bring that and like have them pointing at stuff, like this makes sense. But like, just fucking stop earning money for 10 seconds, Hasan. For 10 fucking seconds. You're a multimillionaire. You can turn the stream off early, set this up, and then just have one of your fucking dozen goddamn editors cut it together so that I don't have to listen to two guys speak fucking Arabic for 5 minutes, which I don't fucking understand, and you look at some other shit. It's how do you manage to make an interview into still like Hasan's chair content? Like the ability to deliver is actually quite fucking awesome. I have to respect it actually.
مرور السفن في البحر الأحمر أو عم بيحجز السفن لأسباب غير معلقة بفلسطين. فشو رد فعلك لهذا الشيء؟
والله يعني صراحة يعني هذا هو صح، يعني إنهم وقفوا السفن عشان هذا مأثر عليهم. يعني لو ما كان مأثر عليهم ما كانوا نزلوا التواصل الاجتماعي وقاموا بضرب اليمن.
He's just reiterating that the cause is to cause disruption to the shipments that Americans have interest in until they stop bombing Gaza, and that if they weren't affected by it, then they wouldn't retaliate on Yemen. But like I asked twice.
That's just a dumb thing to say. You fuck with America, America's gonna fuck you back. Like there's a reason we buy all them bullets. It's to shoot at people with them. If it wasn't like affecting the Israel-Palestine conflict, we wouldn't show like, oh fuck, well, no, do piracy. Like it's a fucking reason that the literal Marine Corps exists. Is it like the Marine Corps started as basically like an anti-piracy force. That's what you exist as. You can fight regular militaries, right, as like a Marine Corps, but the whole point is to have people that can be on the boat but aren't necessary for the boat that get off of it and then go fuck up ports that are full of pirates. That's why to the shores of Tripoli. Tripoli was a fucking pirate headquarters, and we fucking killed all of them. It's still a pirate headquarters today, but we killed enough of them that we don't get fucked with by Tripoli pirates. We might now, but it was a good several hundred years because we fucking just murdered them all. United States Marine Corps. Based.
about the media, and he's just not like.
Okay. What has the response from Yemen been since the bombing?
Do you mean like what's the response like from the people or from the government or?
What's the response of the people?
I like that I'm fucking 35 and just thinking about when I was in the military. I could probably break this dude's head with my hands. You know, like the fucking mountain.
The government,
with all
like,
due respect, it's just like, hey, it's
support
combatant
from
to
the
combatant. Like, without dispensation, with all like due respect, whatever, regardless of how you feel about the conflicts, this dude's like an enemy to me. Because if this guy's gonna fucking take shots at American ships, which have the boys on them, then like you can get fucking cracked. Like it's like this dude's literally just an enemy. Get fucking stomped on, bud. Keep your head down and get ready to take a fucking L for the left eye.
يعني بعض الشعب اليمني فرح لأنها أمريكا قصفت اليمن.
Mamalukes.
يعني فرحوا لأنهم بنواجه أمريكا يعني.
Hell yeah, Marines with the crayons based.
He's saying that again, like this is it's nothing new for Yemenis, and actually some Yemenis are like this is a weird way to put it, but he was basically saying like they were almost like honored to be like targeted by the US because they're confronting the US head on like directly.
No, I understand that.
Bro, you're so not confronting the US head on. Everybody wants the smoke till the smoke arrives. It's international trade. It doesn't just harm America. In fact, it harms poorer countries far more. Countries that desperately need these shipments. That's why attacking maritime trade is a no-no. Yeah, like America is is Big Bang. Big Bang take little bang, as quoted in that one rap song. All of our people have shipments and stuff. You know, like our insurance and stuff on the shipments. Like, it can do serious economic damage, destroying an entire fucking freight liner, obviously. And so it's got to get taken out. But like that trade is just other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like weapons and stuff, all the things that you fight the war with, none of that goes via a caravan that the fucking Houthis could potentially damage. That shit's delivered via military vehicles, direct flight to wherever the fuck it's going. You know what I mean? That's fucking like U.S. destroyer detachment, Arizona. Chugging across the Atlantic with a fucking aircraft carrier, 4 destroyers, 3 short landing craft, and a host of other boats I don't fucking know about. Literally a floating wasp hive of violence. That's how we deliver guns, okay? It's a whole different thing. It's not fucking pizza. You're not slowing that down at all. The last time anyone managed to fuck with that shit while it was in transit was the whole ass Nazi army. And they had a whole submarine fleet, and we still won. Fucking the Japanese tried it too. We also beat their navy. Ridiculously good at fighting on water. Not the fucking smoke that you want, but also like you're fucking blowing up fucking Jergens. You know what I mean? You're stealing. They're stealing shipments of stuff that they can resell, which is not going to be American military weapons. I mean that's a thing that you can get, but it's not going to be what's on those boats. It's going to be, you know, whatever the fuck, cars, fucking fuel shipments, diapers, anything that comes. Probably a fuckload of electronics. The shirt the dude's wearing, you know, it's standard fucking. You're thieves. They're thieves. With all due respect, you know what I mean? I was a fucking thief myself for years. But you're not stealing enough to fucking like make Israel stop killing Palestine. It's fucking insane. It's weird that it's being like.
I want to ask him questions about Saudi Arabia and UAE and like
it's weird that it's even being treated as that, because like I don't even understand
UAE involvement in Yemen.
Actually, I know for a fact I have not heard any like statistical information that would suggest that, like, because if there was a series, first off, that would be in The Economist right now. Like there would be every right-wing magazine, because those are the people that own the companies, would be like, when are we going to step up our fucking like our presence in the fucking Red Sea to like, I don't know, 1733 levels or whatever the fuck. Like we need to fucking start bombing these people now. We've lost X amount. Like even they're not super fucking high. I haven't seen like those all over my phone. There's probably one. There's always one, but not a lot. Peaceful protesters at docks did more to fuck up shipping aid to Israel than some pretty boy pirate ever could, especially because they're not even going to fucking Israel. They're fucking ships that are going to other places. These guys, they don't know where the ships are going, by the way. They're just boats until they get close enough. Unless these guys have technology to like scan the boat's fucking radars and like also be able to do shipping manifest like lookups based on their fucking, like, you know, oh, this is Maersk Atlanta 2, shipping number like 1128935, fresh out of fucking, you know, Port of Call, New York. They're hauling all of these like specific things. They're not doing that. They're just like, there's a fucking boat. Let's go out there and fucking raid it. Anything that's important that's going to Israel, you know, like from America especially, is got fucking guns with it. They probably did get close to one that had fucking guns on it and stuff, and then America's just like, all right, fucking peel off 2 from the literally just this. Some fucking general did that. At 2, send 2 over there. Fucking explosions and shit. It's just pointless. I think if anything, I need to like look if anybody knows any time codes that I can skip ahead to in this, because I cannot listen to this entire thing because it's just a bad interview so far. One of the things I think, if anything, that the Houthis want actually probably is the smoke, because Saudi Arabia is in Yemen, and Saudi Arabia are our ally enemies. You know, we never really know exactly where we stand with them. In a capitalistic way, we're friends, but in an every other way, we're not. And drawing Americans into a conflict in a country where we could potentially fucking cross streams, so to say, with Saudi Arabia could like cause serious international incidents. But like, other than that, I think they just want toilet paper. You know what I mean?
Is it an extension of American involvement or American proxies, or do they separate that?
حسن بدي اعرف انه هل انت يعني
How the fuck would this guy know that question?
التدخل السعودي او الاماراتي في اليمن، هل انتم انه باعتباركم هل التدخل السعوديه والامارات يعتبر امتداد للتدخل الامريكي، ولا هل تعتبرهم شيئين مختلفين؟
والله ما فهمت السؤال، لكن يعني السعوديه يعني احنا معها سعوديين اخواننا كلهم يعني، وحتى اللي انتشر عبر
It's an English language. It's an English language live stream, and he doesn't speak the Arabic that they speak.
السعوديين والاماراتيين يعني اخوتنا، يعني ما شفنا منهم اي شيء، يعني صح انه كان حرب يعني ضدهم، لكن احنا الان اخوان يعني، وما في اي حرب بيننا وبينهم، يعني كل شيء تمام، يعني حتى اني دخلت السعوديه عمره يعني، واحترموني السعوديين يعني ضيفوني وكل شيء، والله تمام يعني.
He's saying that right now.
Also, this dude is not a professional translator because he can't fucking do it off rip. You know what I mean? Like literally saying back and forth like as he's talking to each other.
There's no like animosity between, like, to him there's no animosity between Saudis and Yemenis and Emiratis. Like, he's saying like he acknowledges that there was a war, but right now like he's saying that there's nothing but brotherhood, and he even says that he went to Umrah recently in Saudi Arabia and that he was treated normally. So he himself doesn't, I mean, he doesn't, I guess, I don't know, he's not like tying the American and Saudi involvement together.
That's interesting. That's good. That's probably why it's like more. Oh, whoa! What has happened to? Does he know what has happened to any of the crews? Like I heard they tried. Wasn't it called Cat? The chewing the lead. Caught.
بدي اسالك انه شو صار للطواقم اللي بيشتغلوا على السفن؟ بيقول لك انه سمع
Having a good time? Are they okay?
بيقول لك انه الطواقم اللي بيشتغلوا على السفن انه كيف حالهم
Bro, you doing drugs?
انه عم بيستمتعوا بوقتهم.
والله صدق يعني مستمتعين يعني كلهم يعني، وعايشين الوضع الحمد لله يعني، جو خرافي، واتمنى انتم تزوروا الجو هذا كلهم.
يعني انت شفت الناس اللي بيشتغلوا على السفن، وبسالك انه جربوا القات هم؟ جربوا قات؟
ايوه كلهم جربوا القات، حتى قبطان سفينه خزن.
He's saying they've all tried qat, including the captain of the ship that he went on. He's saying that the vibes are immaculate.
No way.
He's saying.
All right.
Let's
just skip ahead.
What does he think about that? Answer that question. I just banned.
اسمها هكذا، وان شاء الله عقبالهم ما يخزن.
I appreciate that the entire time that this is happening, like fucking Hasan is like checked out and just pruning his chat the entire time. That's actually fucking awesome. Like I'm speeding ahead, but I can just see him constantly just like click, 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 click.
انه يسمعوا اغاني يمنيه كلهم.
يخزنوا يعني لما بتحكي يخزن يعني بياخذ
يعني يحط داتا.
اوكي اول مره اسمع الكلمه.
Don't say that.
This means that means qat. That's what he's doing. He's saying that like that, yeah, they love music and dancing, and that he wants everyone to with him and dance and listen to music, I guess.
What does he have to say to dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? What does he think about that? Answer that question. I just banned one of those stupid in the chat just now.
بيقول لك شو رأيك بال
Why are you so fucking why are you so mad, Hasan? Hasan over here dressed like a villain in a Ben Shapiro book. How much is that fucking sweater worth? You fucking goofy goo.
عنك إرهابي.
منهم.
He says, who are they?
dumbasses.
He's like dismissing them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice. Okay. Respect. What else do I want to ask? So like, has he ever had like Western food?
بسألك حسن إذا عمرك جربت أكل أجنبي؟
جربت لا ما جربتش اكل مصري بس ايش الاكل الاجنبي يعني هو اكل زي اكلنا يعني كيف اكل اجنبي يعني بالانجليزي اكل
إنه أكلات يعني ما بعرف زي الأشياء اللي بياكلوها بأمريكا.
All right,
Wait,
this
what-
is
smile at that. Does he know who that is? Oh my
تعرف
god. To be fair, what does he plan on doing once Palestine is free? You know what I mean?
لما إنه بعد ما فلسطين تتحرر شو بتحب تعمل بوقتك؟
والله يعني اهم شيء انها تتحرر بعدين لما تتحرر ان شاء الله بنروح فلسطين وفلسطين اهل فلسطين يجوا عندنا واحنا نجي عندهم وهكذا يعني الحمد لله يعني بنرتاح.
He's saying that once Palestine is free, then he can rest, and he would like to visit Palestine, and he would like Palestinians to visit Yemen as well.
Me too, brother. Me too. Ask him his thoughts on Sean King. Okay, chatters. So stupid. Wait, what the smile at that? Does he know who that is?
why is that a dumb question after all of these other ones? Like, bro, you ever had pizza? Yo, you a pirate, bro? You just like Luffy. You ever had a pizza before? What do you think of pizza? You like white chicks? What the dumb? You ever heard a rap song before, buddy? You heard that new little Nas X joint? What do you think about the what do you think about the controversy surrounding it? Fucking question.
Oh my god.
My man really did say he was doing journalism. This is why I thought he would just do like apologia shit, you know, and that this would also be to some degree like a little bit more professional. But this is wild, just sort of like wildly fucking like amateurish, you know. He has a good mic on. But I've seen this same interview on like smaller podcasts before. You know what I mean? It's just fucking like any other three talking heads. I can't understand two of them, and one of them's fucking not saying anything. Like, what are we getting from here? Get to look at fucking Hasan's really nice cardigan. Fucking sick. Do you like Chinese food? I love Chinese food. Yeah, I mean, fucking dude, like depth. I half feel bad that like maybe there is one good question in here, but like every time I stop, it's a stupid question. So like, if every fucking spot on a dartboard is like you get kicked in the fucking balls except for the bullseye, but the bullseye you can't even see where it is. Like, why are you gonna keep throwing at that fucking dartboard?
واحد اسمه شون كينج.
لا
Oh my god.
انه هو عم بسألك انه في شيء باليمن تعملوه بايديكم لما بدك انه تهين حدا كيف بتأشروا لبعض.
والله هذا شيء كبير.
بده يتعلم حركات شو اسمه بده يتعلم حركات سيئة.
سيئة والله يعني نفس هم كيف سووا هم هكذا كيف سووا كيف
هيك
والله هذا الحركة عندنا يعني حتى احنا هذه الحركة عندنا وفي حركة ثانية يعني اللي
What is he saying? He doesn't be bad.
he's getting shy. ايش هي الحركة بده يشوفها؟
ها
شو هي الحركة بده يشوفها؟
عيب ولا عيب.
عيب. He says عيب.
Ayib. Wait, is the same word in Arabic as well? In Turkish?
Yeah, like it's like it's like
Shame. Shameful. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Ayub. Yeah, I know Ayub. Okay. That's so funny. Why is he being so respectful, bro? He's okay. That's hilarious. Oh,
this is crazy.
what do you mean? I'm just chilling. We're just having it. We're just vibing, dude.
No, I know. This is the dream blunt rotation right here.
Yeah, we're just vibing. We're vibing big time. Okay. This is the international language that everybody understands. Cursing, football, and all. You know, he doesn't have any time to watch anime, so I don't know what else to ask about.
ولا يبغى.
Is he getting tired? He can leave whenever he wants to. We can
عم
talk
بسألك
again.
عم بقول لك إذا تعبت تقدر تترك.
Well, I'll take you up on that offer. Hassan, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. I think it's just genuine. You know what? Honestly, like towards the end, thank God it was boring as fuck, because this is just like every terrible. You know, it's youth group, Christian youth group. Oh, hey, this is the minister. He's over in this country. Can you tell us a little bit more about this? Oh, we're all just. It's just that same sort of vibe, you know. Thank God there was a level of like detached corniness that I hope most kids could like fucking pick up on. Then again, you know, the people that fucking like Hasan is radicalizing are just like unfuckable 28-year-old Twitter trolls. But like, goddamn, god ding dong diddly damn, simultaneously embarrassing and boring. Like I don't even know. Like, did you waste your shot? Like, ask the guy some real fucking questions. You know, any real questions at all. Otherwise, what we did is just literally like a profile puff piece on like maybe a terrorist. Who knows? I don't even know what this guy's background is. Let's see. What is the Tim Houthi Chalamet? That's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't even know. So I guess nobody's even looked this dude up. Who knows? I mean, he might. How do you even know he did this stuff? I guess, is he like on his TikTok is showing him like rob people? He's getting the fucking licks. You know, he's getting the licks in on the TikTok. I've yet to meet a Hasan fan in person as of yet, and for that I thank God every day. It's so crazy. Like, I was a Hasan fan like a couple years ago. I would have been thought it was fucking cool to see the guy in person. But now I'm just like fucking embarrassed by him. Like it's wild. It's not even like a fall from grace. It's just kind of like a calcification on a mountain of shit. He apparently was on TikTok, but like we don't even know what TikTok that is. Like, is it even possible? It was just dick riding because he's pro pirates and anti-America. I mean, obviously, somebody else said it in chat. It's definitely the America bad thing, which, you know, in sometimes, yeah, but generally it doesn't seem like we're the major fucking player in that conflict. It seems like it's its own thing with Saudi Arabia. So I don't know what you even want me to say. You know what I mean? Like, okay. One good question I can remember him asking was about the Yemen, Saudi Arabia situation, but the Yemenese guy didn't answer it, and Hasan never pressed on it. I think I heard that question too, and it was just like, he just said like, oh no, we're like chill with Saudi Arabia now. It's not a big deal. Like, we're brothers, whatever the fuck, which is like just super standard terrorist shit. Like, everybody over there will be like, oh no, we're cool. You know, like, why wouldn't you say that? You're like, actually just like, no, man, I like to come off. You know what it is even terrorists have like a chill pill that fucking online lefties don't. Because like terrorists in real life, they'll be like, do you seriously want to cut the heads off of like every Sunni in like the neighboring town? And they'll be like, you know, like, hey, we're all children under God. You know, it is what it is. The answer is yes, for sure. Like, they definitely, they like think about it day and night, but like they can exercise a degree of chill because A, they're probably going to try to do it. And B, they don't want you to fuck up the fucking bag before they like, you know, move on something. Whereas online internet lefties, Hasan fans, you know, people that Frogan chick, whatever the fuck, I remember her tweets now. She was fucking unhinged. They're like, nah, man, I fucking get off by like, I will actively threaten people and I will not see the humanity in anyone. Like, I will just actively try to fucking say the stupidest, most unhinged shit to win no fights.